Hello viewers, welcome again to this YouTube channel. This is our channel that normally assists everybody to ensure that you live a better life, a happy life, and you're able to achieve all your goals. Feel welcome and feel appreciated. If you are new in this channel, ensure you hit the subscribe button and also click on the bell alongside the subscribe button so that you can be getting all our motivation videos every time we post. Now, today I want us to discuss what I may refer to as the New Year resolutions. That is when the year starts and we reflect back to what we have already been able to achieve. What resolution can we come up with? In other words, I want us to see how we can make the new year to be the greatest ever in terms of achievement. How you can make it the best year ever that you have ever lived in this planet Earth. What can you do to make it the best year? Number one, you need to identify your gifts, you need to identify your dreams, and you need to identify your talent. Now, we have been talking about talent, gifts, and dreams in many of our videos. But what do I mean when I am telling somebody who is almost 50 years, 45 years, 60 years, or as young as 25 years to identify their dreams? Does it mean they have not been living their dreams? Now, the truth of the matter is, many of us are not living our dreams. And as the year starts, I think it would be the best time to call yourself into a meeting with yourself. Call yourself into a meeting with yourself. Sit down and reflect back. If you're 40 years old, ask yourself, have you been living a happy life? Have you been able to achieve what you have been targeting throughout? Has everything that is dear to you, these things that make you happy in your life, have they worked out? Have you achieved them? In case you have not, then that one will tell you that you have not been living your dream. You have not achieved your dream. What you do every day may necessarily not be your talents, or what you have been working on is actually not your gift. So the first thing is identify what you are passionate about. Even if you are 50 years or 55 or 45 years, it doesn't matter how old you are. What matters is, since the number of years you have lived is now history, how can you make the years ahead of you to be very happy years for yourself? How can you make sure that the years ahead of you, you achieve a lot compared to what you have achieved for all those years you have lived? How can you make your marriage work? How can you make your work, whatever you are doing at your work, prosper? If it is a business, how can you make it prosper? So that's what I mean by calling yourself to a meeting, reflecting back, analyzing your achievement, seeing if your life has been happy, because at the end of the day, if you're not happy, then it means what you are working on, if it is employment, if it is business, if it is probably a certain talent that earns you income, it means that you have been doing something out of just getting it and not necessarily working on your talent or dream or drift. Number two, you need to take control of your mind. Many of the things that we do in this world, we don't achieve them because of the enemy inside us. There is an African saying that states, if there is no enemy within us, the enemy outside can do us no harm. Take control of your mind. What do I mean by that? You need to know that our mind is divided into two parts. The first part is controlled by what we can refer to as factory workers. These factory workers are guarded by an army of soldiers, and there is a commander. So we have like two battalions, one guarding one factory workers and the other one guarding another factory workers. So what happens in our mind is this. There is the negative, evil mind of ourselves inside our brain, and there is the good, positive part inside our brain. And each one of them is guarded by a battalion of soldiers with a commander. And the beauty of the matter is there is a president who is the commander-in-chief in our mind. This commander-in-chief, who happens to be the president in charge of our mind, has the final say in what happens in our mind. This is the person who veto anything. Once he said or make a decision, that becomes a command. So what happens is this. For example, when you wake up very early, sometimes we wake up with a negative thoughts. Sometimes we wake up with positive thoughts. If, for example, you wake up and the first word you utter in the morning to the first person you meet is negative, for example, I'm tired, I don't know how I'll work, this is what happens in your brain. The commander of the army guarding the factory that produces negative thoughts will hear what the commander-in-chief has said. He comes forward and asks the commander-in-chief, who happens to be you, what have you said? Then you repeat again and say, I am tired today, I don't know how I'll go to work and all that. He takes that order immediately and go to the soldiers and tell them, go to the factory and tell the factory members to start manufacturing issues or thoughts that pertains what you are thinking, which is negative. So from that time, all those that will be coming into your mind will just be negative, negative, negative the whole day. You will become temperamental. You will maybe, as you travel, have maybe things like traffic jam. When you reach maybe where you are working, you are very moody and all that, because those being manufactured because of what you started with in the morning. But if you start with the positive thoughts, you wake up and the first person you meet, you tell that person, today is a very beautiful day. I know I'll have a very wonderful day at my workplace and I will meet my friends. What will happen is that the commander who commands positive thoughts in your brain go to the factory, and the factory of the brain start manufacturing positive thoughts on and on and on. And your day becomes very, very beautiful and productive. So what I'm saying here is you have to ensure that you are in control. Whatever signals you give into your brain, let them be positive. Don't encourage negative thoughts in your brain. And if you are somebody who normally does that on every day, you will find that you are able to achieve a lot in your life, and by extension, your new year. Then the other third thing that you need to think about so that you make it becomes like a new year resolution to you is you have to set your goal or vision and remain committed. Commitment is the key. What determines success in whatever we do every day is commitment. Because as we go on doing everything that comes before us, know that you will always come across obstacles. You will not get success the first day, the second day, the third day. Commitment is what will make you go and do what has to be done. Even if you are not enjoying, even if you are feeling tired, even if you are feeling like you are sick, that commitment, because you want to achieve the goals, the vision that you have set is what will make you succeed in whatever you do. Because you'll not always be motivated to do what you're supposed to do every day. Some days you'll be okay. Some days you'll feel like you are tired, you are sick. But if you are committed, you remember that I have to do this thing, because if I don't do it, then I will not achieve. That is what will make you succeed. Number 4, discipline. Discipline is also very, very, very attached to commitment. Discipline means you have to do what you have to do even if you are not enjoying. Take an example of an athlete who runs. Take an example of people, for example, who go through rigorous training. Rigorous training that even make them to go through pain because they want to achieve a certain goal. Like footballers, like athletes, like a musician. You are training, you are missing sleep even. You are missing even eating on time. Take an example of a student, for example. You revise beyond even very late hours. You are not enjoying. It is suffering, but it is a sacrifice. That is what we call discipline. Planning to go and do something instead of going to do something that is a luxury to you. Take an example of a teacher, for example. You want to go and become perfect when you are teaching a certain topic, or you want to make sure that you achieve the best results. So you plan. And when you are planning every day, your colleagues could be out drinking, enjoying themselves. But because you are committed, because you have that discipline and you want to be the best in that class, then you have to be able to sacrifice your time at the expense of other things. Take an example of a principal of a school. You want your school to succeed. You want to serve as a role model. You wake up very early. You wake up very early and make sure you are the first to reach the school, while other colleagues of yours, colleague principals, are enjoying themselves and they are coming when everybody is already in class. You are there at 6 in the morning. You are the last to move out of that school. You end up setting a role model, not because you enjoy, but because you are sacrificing. That is what we call discipline. Even for example, somebody who wants to lose weight. Losing weight might be through maybe exercises. You are advised that you have to go jogging every day. That jogging that you are doing every day, it doesn't mean you are enjoying. Some other times you'll feel tired. Some other times you'll feel like your body is sick or something like that. But because you are disciplined, you have to go and do it every day. And when you do it every day, at the end, you are able to get the right results. Thank you very much. Ensure these 4 points become your New Year resolution so that you can be able to make the year the best for you, and you will be able to see that things will start shaping up, things will start working for you. You will be able to